These are the only 3 home exercises you need for strong legs after 50. You're probably tired of hearing that as we age, maintaining muscle mass becomes extremely important. But believe it, this intensifies when we talk about legs. Weak legs can limit your mobility, increase the risk of falls, which are actually the leading cause of injuries in older adults. Reduce your ability to perform simple daily tasks like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or walking short distances. It's no wonder many doctors say death begins with the legs. Unfortunately, many adults and elderly people have the mistaken belief that to strengthen their legs, they must go to the gym or run around. That's why today you'll see 3 home exercises that will provide a complete workout for gaining strength and hypertrophy in your legs without expensive equipment or a gym. I'll clearly explain how to perform each movement, mistakes to avoid, how much to do, and all the details so you can start strengthening your legs today. Before we begin, please leave in the comments your name and the city where you're watching our content from. Exercise 3. Bulgarian Split Squat. This exercise primarily targets the quadriceps, the front of the thigh, the glutes, and the hamstrings, the back of the thigh. As we age, the quadriceps tend to lose strength more quickly than other muscle groups. This is extremely concerning because the quadriceps are essential for standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, and maintaining stability while walking. Studies show that quadriceps strength is one of the main indicators of functional independence in older adults. When this muscle weakens, the consequences are severe: difficulty performing basic daily activities, higher risk of falls, and greater likelihood of developing knee problems, such as osteoarthritis. Many people over 50 who suffer falls never fully regain their previous independence. The Bulgarian split squat is exceptional because, unlike the traditional squat, it better distributes weight between the legs, reducing the load on the back and knees. It also requires greater stability, which trains your balance, a skill that naturally diminishes with age if not worked on. To correctly perform the Bulgarian split squat, position yourself with your back to a bench, chair, or stable sofa. Place one foot on the bench, with the top of your foot resting on the chosen support. The front leg should be far enough forward so that when you lower yourself, your knee forms a 90-degree angle. Keep your spine straight, abdomen contracted, and gaze forward. Slowly lower your body, bending the front knee as if you were kneeling. Lower until the front thigh is almost parallel to the floor. Then, push through the heel of the front leg to return to the starting position. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel an intense contraction in the front thigh and glute, without knee pain. You should feel stability in the movement, without swaying to the sides, and the front knee should not go beyond the tip of your foot. The main mistakes to avoid include letting the knee fall inward during the movement, which can cause injuries, leaning the trunk too far forward, overloading the lower back, not lowering enough, limiting the benefits of the exercise, supporting the back foot with the tips of the toes instead of the top of the foot, and not keeping the abdomen contracted, which reduces stability. For people over 50 starting this exercise, I recommend 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions for each leg, with rest of 90 to 120 seconds between sets. It's better to start without additional weights, using only body weight. As strength increases, you can add light dumbbells in your hands for progression. If the exercise is too challenging initially, start by holding onto a wall or chair for additional support. Remember that gradual progression is more important than immediate intensity. As you gain strength, you can increase the number of repetitions or add weight. Exercise 2. Calf raises. Calves are often neglected in exercise programs, but their strength is crucial, especially after 50. Calf raises primarily work the gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, which form the calf. These muscles are fundamental for propulsion when walking, running, and climbing stairs. They're also essential for venous return, helping to pump blood from the legs back to the heart. As we age, calf strength decreases significantly, which is directly related to a less efficient walking pattern and greater risk of falls. Research shows that people with weak calves have reduced walking speed and less ability to react to sudden imbalances. The consequences of weak calves go beyond mobility. These muscles function as a second heart pump, helping to prevent fluid buildup in the legs. When they weaken, the risk of varicose veins, edema, and even deep vein thrombosis increases. Additionally, strong calves are essential for basic activities like rising from a seated position and maintaining balance when standing. Calf raises are an exceptional exercise because they can be done anywhere, require no special equipment, and can be easily adapted for different fitness levels. To correctly perform calf raises, start by standing near a wall or stable piece of furniture that you can use for light support, just to maintain balance if necessary. Keep your feet hip-width apart, with toes pointing forward. It's important to keep your spine straight and your abdomen slightly contracted throughout the exercise. From this starting position, slowly raise your heels off the floor, rising onto the balls of your feet in a controlled manner. When you reach the highest position, take a brief pause, actively contracting your calves to maximize the benefit of the exercise. Then, lower your heels in a controlled manner until they touch the floor again, completing 1 repetition. To make the exercise more challenging as your strength increases, you can perform it with only 1 leg at a time, which significantly increases the intensity of the muscle work. The main mistakes to avoid include not raising your heels enough, limiting the range of motion, performing the movement too quickly, using momentum instead of muscle strength, and not fully returning to the starting position, keeping the heels slightly elevated. For people over 50, I recommend 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions, with 60 seconds of rest between sets. It's better to start with both legs, progressing to 1 leg at a time when you feel more strength and stability. To make the exercise more challenging over time, you can add a small step or thick book under your toes, allowing your heels to drop below the level of your toes, increasing the range of motion and intensifying the muscle work. Doing it on a step also works. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to correct and science-based information is what will help you progress with health in the long term in the world of strength training. Exercise 1. Glute Bridge. This exercise primarily works the gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus, the hamstrings, and the lower back muscles. It also activates the core, improving overall trunk stability. As we age, the glutes tend to weaken due to a sedentary lifestyle and excessive sitting time. This is particularly concerning because the glutes are the largest muscles in the body and fundamental for almost all movements involving the legs and trunk. Many men neglect this but believe it. Weak glutes lead to serious consequences: poor posture, chronic lower back pain, pelvic instability, and even knee problems. Many people don't realize that their back pain is often the result of weak glutes, which force other muscles to compensate during daily activities. Additionally, the glutes are crucial for stability when walking and climbing stairs. When they weaken, the walking pattern changes, overloading joints like knees and hips, accelerating degenerative processes like arthritis. The glute bridge is an exceptional exercise because it works these muscles safely without impact on the joints. Unlike deep squats that can be challenging for people with knee problems, the bridge can be performed by everyone, regardless of their initial physical condition. To perform correctly, lie on your back on a mat or comfortable surface. Bend your knees, keeping your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Keep your arms extended at your sides, with palms down for greater stability. Firmly contract your glutes and lift your hips off the floor, creating a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. It's important to maintain this position for 2 or 3 seconds at the top of the movement, with the glutes strongly contracted to maximize benefits. Slowly lower your hips, controlling the movement, but without letting them completely touch the floor before the next repetition to maintain constant tension in the muscles. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel an intense contraction in your glutes, not in your back. The lumbar spine should remain in a neutral position, neither too arched nor too flattened, and you should feel stability in the pelvic region throughout the movement. The main mistakes to avoid include lifting your hips excessively, arching your lower back too much, which can cause discomfort, not contracting the glutes enough, letting the hamstrings do all the work, reducing the benefits for the glutes, allowing the knees to fall inward during the movement, which compromises alignment and can cause knee strain, and holding your breath during the exercise, which can unnecessarily raise blood pressure. For people over 50, I recommend 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions, with approximately 60 to 90 seconds of rest between sets. It's essential to focus on the quality of movement and glute contraction, not on the number of repetitions performed. A tip to better feel the glute activating is to press your heels against the floor. You can test this right now and will feel your glutes contracting. As you gain strength and confidence, it's possible to gradually progress to more challenging versions of the exercise. You can also place a small pillow between your knees and squeeze it during the movement to further activate the gluteus medius, which is often neglected in other exercises. To make the exercise more challenging over time, you can extend one leg during the hip elevation, keeping it aligned with the trunk. This significantly increases the demand for stability and strength. Bonus exercise: wall sit. This exercise primarily works the quadriceps, but also engages the glutes, hamstrings, and core muscles. As we age, isometric exercises like the wall sit are great because they allow us to strengthen muscles without overloading the joints, something crucial for those who already have some joint wear or osteoarthritis. When this muscle group weakens, a domino effect of compensations occurs. Other muscles are overloaded, posture changes, and the risk of falls increases dramatically. There's also evidence that weakness in the quadriceps accelerates the progression of knee osteoarthritis, creating a negative cycle of pain and greater weakness. The wall sit is extremely safe, requires no equipment, and can be done anywhere. Unlike traditional squats, it eliminates the eccentric phase, the descent of the movement, which is when many injuries occur. To correctly perform the wall sit, lean your back against a smooth wall, with your feet shoulder-width apart and about 12 to 18 inches away from the wall. From this position, slide your back down the wall until your knees form an angle of approximately 90 degrees, as if sitting in an invisible chair. It's essential that your knees are aligned with your ankles and never go beyond the tips of your toes to avoid excessive tension on the joint. Keep your abdomen slightly contracted and your spine in a neutral position, avoiding excessive arching of the lower back. Your arms can be relaxed at your sides or crossed over your chest, whichever feels more comfortable. The key to the exercise is maintaining this position for the determined time, breathing normally throughout the period. The main mistakes to avoid include going much beyond the 90-degree angle in the knees, which increases joint pressure and can cause unnecessary discomfort, allowing the knees to project too far forward or fall inward, compromising proper alignment. Excessive arching of the lower back, which can cause back pain and reduce the effectiveness of the exercise for the legs. Being on the balls of your feet instead of keeping your feet fully supported, which alters the load distribution and reduces work on the quadriceps. And holding your breath during the exercise, which can negatively affect blood pressure. For people over 50, I recommend starting with 3 sets of 15 to 20 seconds, gradually progressing to 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds as strength increases. It's important to respect a rest of 60 to 90 seconds between sets for adequate recovery. Now let's put together a practical and efficient routine that fits perfectly into your daily life. For an ideal weekly plan, I suggest organizing your workouts as follows. On Mondays and Thursdays, do a complete workout that includes all exercises. Start with a warm-up of approximately 5 minutes of walking in place or marching with high knees to prepare the body. Then, do the Bulgarian split squat, performing 3 sets of 10 repetitions for each leg, followed by calf raises with 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Continue with the glute bridge, executing 3 sets of 12 repetitions, and finish with the wall sit, maintaining the position for 3 sets of 30 seconds each. Dedicate the last 5 minutes to a final stretch, focusing specifically on the legs, which will help with recovery and flexibility. On Wednesdays, do a shorter maintenance workout. Start with a brief warm-up of just 3 minutes of joint mobility, followed by calf raises with 2 sets of 15 repetitions, wall sit for 2 sets of 45 seconds, and glute bridge with 2 sets of 12 repetitions. Finish with a light stretch. This midweek workout helps maintain consistency without overloading the body. On Saturday or Sunday, according to your preference and availability, dedicate yourself to a workout focused on mobility and strength. Start with a longer warm-up, 7 to 10 minutes, including various joint mobility exercises. Then perform the Bulgarian split squat with 3 sets of 12 repetitions for each leg, followed by the glute bridge with 3 sets of 15 repetitions, and finish with the wall sit for 2 sets of 45 to 60 seconds. On days without specific training, try to stay active with walks of 15 to 30 minutes. This complements the strength work, improves circulation, and helps with muscle recovery, in addition to providing important cardiovascular benefits. If you liked this and also want to discover home exercises to strengthen not only your legs, but the rest of your body, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each of them. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching this far, and may God bless you, my friend.